What's going on, film fans? Thomas L. here. The master of suspense himself, Alfred Hitchcock, was born on this day in 1899. The guy, had a body of work that spanned from the 10s to the 1910s to 1920s to all the way up to his passing in the 80s. The guy was a legend. Now, if it wasn't for his movies, we wouldn't have suspenseful films that we got today. If you watch lots of Alfred Hitchcock movies, you're gonna know that lots of stuff today was influenced by his films. But with that being said, here is my top 10 favorite Hitchcock movies. Number 10 will be the 1940 film Rebecca, which is definitely a classic. It is completely a creepy film. It's, believe it or not, it's actually based on a book, and and the film also starred Laurence Olivier was in this, Joan Fontaine was in this book. Really amazing acting. Like the movie was, well, pretty much, it was pretty creepy. It was like a mystery. It was like a romance, all in one. That's what this film was. Definitely check out Rebecca, because I think if you're a fan of mystery thrillers, I think you'll get kicked out of Rebecca. At number 9 will be Dial M for Murder, which came out in 1954. It's a really good crime flick. It starred people like Ray Milland was in this, Grace Kelly, Robert Cummings. Let's see, John Williams. Not to be confused with Star Wars composer, by the way. Leo Britt, really good cast, and it was this this movie left a lot of questions throughout the whole film, and it had good suspense, good pacing. Definitely check out Dot and From Her. If you're a fan crime thrillers and stuff like that, you'll probably get kicked out of Murder. At number 8 will be the film Suspicion, which came out in 1941. My bad. I also got the lists, listed on my phone and all that, so that's why you see me going through my phone and all. Anyway, Suspicion is a really good thriller. It starred Alfred Hitchcock's favorite collaborator, Cary Grant, Joan Fontaine, who's also in Rebecca. She worked with Alfred Hitchcock plenty of times. Suspicion is a really good murder mystery thriller film. Definitely check out Suspicion, because it kind of felt like Gone Girl of that era, But definitely check out Suspicion. I think y'all get kicked out of it. All right, Number 7 will be the 1946 film Notorious, which was a film noir. Oh, there were lots of film noir movies back in the days. The film was a spy flick. It starred the likes of Cary Grant, Ingrid Bergman, some really classic actors. Alfred Hitchcock pretty much directed lots of stuff. He wasn't always a suspenseful director. He's directed dramas, romance, and all that. And Notorious is no different, so that's why that film will be number 7. At number Number 6 will be the 1951 film Strangers on a Train, which is actually a thriller that's set on a train, believe it or not. Like, you could tell films that came after it was also influenced by this movie. I mean, it had a also decent cast. Folly Granger, Robert Walker, Ruth Roman, Leo J. Carroll. Really decent cast, and it was really suspenseful. Like, this movie also kept you on the edge of your seat. It was like creepy. It's actually a little fun to watch. Definitely check out Strangers on Train. You'll probably like it. Also, number 5 will be Vertigo, which came out in 1958, and it starred like the likes of James Stewart, Kim Novak. Pretty decent. Pretty much. It had has like Alfred Hitchcock's recent collaborators, because like Cary Grant, James Stewart worked with Alfred Hitchcock loads of times, and Stewart was really good in Vertigo. Kim Novak gave a really good performance. Vertigo is like a mystery. It had romance. It was a thriller. It was suspenseful, all into one. Check out Vertigo. You'll definitely enjoy it. At number 4 will be the 1959 mystery thriller North by Northwest, which also starred Cary Grant. Eva Marie Saint was in this. James Mason, Leo J. Carroll, who also worked with Alfred Hitchcock one time. And proves that Alfred Hitchcock loves working with the same people. Like, he loved working with the same people over and over. Like, you can tell lots of movies today was also influenced by Northwest. Like that episode of Family Guy with, the Mel Gibson episode. That, like, scene where Peter is running from the plane when it's like headed, it's like coming towards him. That scene was from was a North by Northwest spoof. Like, that plane scene was also spoofed in that Big Bird movie, Fall That Bird. That spoof is pretty iconic. If you watch this movie, you'll totally know what that scene is when, like, there's a plane coming towards you and you're running. You'll know what that scene is immediately. All right, number 3 will be Rare Window, which lots of films also kind of was inspired by this film. Like, Rare Window came out like in 1954, and it also starred James Stewart, another frequently collaborated with Alfred Hitchcock, Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly, Marilyn Monroe, Kim Novak, they were seriously the most gorgeous females of that era. They were like the Scarlett Johansson and Margot Robbies of those eras. Like, this film, was a really good suspense flick. James Stewart was amazing. Of course, Stewart was always the best. Like, was always at his game. And you can tell lots of movies, that came after this was also influenced by Rear Window. Like that movie that came out like in 2007, I believe, Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf. That totally felt like a Rear Window remake. I mean, this film was so suspenseful. Definitely, it's a Hitchcock film, because you'll totally tell that's it. Like, if you see movies like this, you totally will get it's Alfred Hitchcock films, because his films are, like, I wouldn't say the same or anything like that, but Alfred Hitchcock had like style. The style of his films You could tell it was his. All right, number two is the birds, which is pretty much a group of birds, terrorizing a town. The birds in there looked realistic, like I don't think they were real birds, of course, but and we didn't have like major special effects back in the days. But man, the birds there, like I think they were probably like puppets or something. I'm not sure how they made like. I gotta check how like they created the birds and all. But anyway, the film had the birds. Oh yeah, Tippi Hedren. Why did I freeze up on her name? Oh boy. It also had like a Rod Taylor, Jessica Tandy. Before she was in Driving Miss Daisy. Veronica Cartwright was in this. Really good cast, and the movie had loads of scares in it. Like I believe when this film came out, lots of people would not look at birds the same way. But definitely, if you're into like horror movies about animals attacking and all that, check out the birds. It's really an awesome flick. And number one is pretty much no surprise. Number one will be Psycho. That's right. Like if you do like best Alfred Hitchcock movies, you cannot leave off Psycho. That Psycho is a must on every single Alfred Hitchcock films. I mean, the twist. Like I'm not gonna spoil a really old movie because there's probably people who still haven't seen Psycho. Which, if you still haven't seen Psycho by now, come on, give it a go. I mean, Anthony Perkins was amazing as Norman Bates. You also got Jenna Lee, who, by the way, was the mother of Jamie Lee Curtis. There's a little trivia. They also had like a Vera Mills, Martin Balsam, really good casting. And also, there was like loads of sequels that came afterwards. There was also a remake with Vince Vaughn. There was, of course, Bates Motel with Freddie Highmore, which was a really good show, by the way. And that shower scene is also iconic. Like lots of stuff, including Charlie and Chocolate Factory, CM Chucky, or Spook that shower scene. But anyway, that's pretty much. But yeah, back to Psycho. Definitely watch Psycho. It's seriously one of my favorite suspense horror movies out there. And Norman Bates is one of the most creepiest characters you've ever seen in a film. Like I mean, James McAvoy's character in Split totally felt like Norman Bates in a way. But anyway, that's pretty much my top 10. Here, let me go down the list. Number 10, Rebecca. 9, Dial M for Murder. 8, Suspicion. 7, Notorious. 6, Strangers on a Train. 5, Vertigo. 4, North by Northwest. 3, Rare Window. 2, The Birds. And number 1, Psycho. So, what's your favorite Alfred Hitchcock movies? Is there one that's not on my list that you actually like? Which one of the films on my list do you actually enjoy? Comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This year is Thomas L. signing out.